Hello friends, welcome back. We were discussing the novel A Shipwrecked Sailor. Have you gone through the paragraphs that we completed in the last class? Very good. Anyway, let me ask you a few questions from the part that we completed in the last class. Here is my first question. What is the name of the narrator of this story? What is the name of the narrator of the story, A Shipwrecked Sailor? What is his name? Yes, Luis Alejandro Velasco. Luis Alejandro Velasco is the name of the narrator of the story, A Shipwrecked Sailor. Very good. My second question. What happened to Luis Alejandro Velasco, or what happened to the narrator of the story, A Shipwrecked Sailor? What happened to him? He was washed overboard during a storm in the middle of the Caribbean Sea on February 28, 1955. That is what happened to the narrator of the story, A Shipwrecked Sailor. And my third question. What was the first impression of the narrator? What was the first impression of the narrator? What was the first impression? Yes, his first impression was that he was utterly alone in the middle of the sea. He was utterly alone in the middle of the sea. That was the first impression of the narrator. And here is another question for you. Velasco recognized one of the shipmates' voice. What was his name? In the last class, from the first two paragraphs, you have understood that Velasco had recognized one of his shipmates' voice. And what was the name of that shipmate? Yes, Julio Amador Caraballo. Julio Amador Caraballo's voice was recognized by Velasco. Okay, my next question. How was Caraballo look like? How was Caraballo look like? How was he look like? Yes, he was a tall, well-built officer. He was look like a tall, well-built officer. And my last question. What appeared reassuring to the narrator? What appeared reassuring to the narrator? That means Velasco. Other sailors were also having the same predicament as the narrator was reassuring to the narrator. I hope all of you have answered all these questions very correctly. So, Velasco saw a life raft. Will that life raft save Velasco from the ocean, from the middle of the ocean? Let's see. Let's read the rest part of the story. Shall we? Here we go. There were two life rafts about 7 meters apart. They appeared unexpectedly on the crest of a wave near where my mates were calling out. It seemed odd that none of them could reach the life rafts. In an instant, one of the rafts disappeared from view. I couldn't decide. I found myself swimming towards the one I could see, which was moving farther away from me. I swam for about 3 minutes. I lost sight of the raft momentarily, but I was careful not to lose my bearings. Suddenly, a rough wave pushed the raft alongside me. It was huge, white, and empty. I struggled to grab the rigging and jump aboard. I made it on the third try. Once on the raft, panting, whipped by the wind, immobilized and freezing, I found it hard to sit up. Then I saw 3 of my mates near the raft, trying to reach it. I recognized them immediately. Castillo had a firm grip around Caraballo's neck. Caraballo, who had been on watch when the accident occurred, was wearing his life jacket. He yelled, "Hold on tight, Castillo." They floated amid the scattered cargo about 10 meters away. On the other side was Luis Rengifo, trying to stay above water with his headphones aloft in his right hand. He had stripped off his shirt so that he could swim better. But he had lost his life jacket. Even if I had not seen him, I would have recognized his cry. "Fatso, paddle over here." Have you thrilled by hearing the story of Velasco? Can you imagine you in the same situation of Velasco? What will you do if you were one of the shipmates of Velasco? Prepare a short paragraph and send to me personally. Okay, come back to the paragraphs that we completed today. Let me ask you a few questions from the paragraphs that we just completed, and that question will help you to comprehend the paragraphs very clear. Are you ready to hear the questions? Here we go. Velasco saw two life rafts about 7 meters apart. What was the odd thing about the life raft? What was the odd thing? What was the strange thing about the raft? What was that? Yes, none of them could reach the life rafts. None of the shipmates could reach the life rafts was the odd thing about the raft. And my second question. I made it on the third try. What did the narrator do on the third try? What did he do on the third try? Yes. The narrator made an attempt to grab the rigging and to jump aboard. And do you know what is rigging is? Here is a picture of rigging. This is what we call the rigging of a ship. In explanation, a rigging is the system of ropes employed to support a ship's mast. That is what we call rigging, and Velasco tried to hold the rigging to aboard to get the top of the raft. My next question. Then Velasco saw 3 of his shipmates. Who were they? Who were the 3 shipmates that seen by Velasco? Yes, Castillo, Caraballo, and Luis Rengifo were the 2 shipmates that seen by Velasco. Velasco recognized these 3 shipmates immediately, and Castillo had a firm grip on Caraballo's neck. Caraballo, who had been on watch when the accident occurred. My next question. What was Luis Rengifo doing? What was Luis Rengifo doing when Velasco saw him? Yes, he was trying to stay above water with his headphones aloft in his hand. Luis Rengifo had stripped off his shirt so that he could swim better. And Velasco says that even if he had not seen Luis Rengifo, he would have recognized his voice. This is what we learned from today's class. That means from the 3rd and 4th paragraph of the novella A Shipwrecked Sailor. I hope all of you have got a clear idea from these paragraphs. I will be back with the rest part of the story in the next video. Till then, bye.